Hi everyone, and welcome back to Build Your Future, where we cover all things property investment and development. Now, I've had a few comments where people are looking to get a bit more beginner knowledge. So this one's going to be just a quick, simple video to show you how you can save yourself from making a mistake that will cost you hundreds of thousands of pounds. So if I just click over here, you'll see a live example of that I've loaded up. So here we have a plot of land for £120,000 and it's in St Albans. So anyone that's watching this that knows St Albans well, they will know that it's a very nice, very expensive area. So you're going, oh, here's a plot of land, £120,000 in a nice, valuable area. This is an absolute steal. Let's buy it and let's move forward. Now, this could be a very costly mistake, and a few red flags that I'll just load up here is, first of all, how cheap it is. And second of all, here, so we've got sold on an unconditional basis. So unconditional means you're buying it as is. There's no subject to planning or any of these sorts of delayed options. It's you're buying it, sold as seen, move on. And then here it says land is sold unconditional basis with purchasers responsible for their own inquiries regarding alternative uses of development. So again, when they say purchasers are responsible for their own inquiries regarding alternative uses of development. Again, it's just a way of the agent protecting themselves, and they would put that in there if there's something not quite right. So there's a few kind of red flags here. Obviously the price, unconditional, and kind of just the way they've kind of written this section down here. So if I now put this into Landstack, just cross over here, we can see the plot of land here. So this is that section. And then if we just click over on the left hand side, constraints. Wow, okay, so now we can kind of start to see that there are going to be some issues here. So if we just click on this, one of the great things is if we click, it actually tells us what the constraints are. So it's in a conservation area and it's also surrounded by TPOs. So that whole area is TPOs. So for anyone that doesn't know, a TPO is a tree preservation order, and essentially it's protected trees. So you can't remove them, you can't get rid of them and build houses like you'd want to. These are protected trees, and if you were caught cutting down trees that are protected, such as these, it can come with a serious fine, and it can also come with a prison sentence as well. If we zoom out to have a look at some other restrictions, constraints that are nearby, just to be aware of. So if we just zoom out, we can see that all this area here is highlighted in a shade of green. It's greenbelt. So again, protected land is going to be very difficult to get planning permission on. Then if we just go a little bit closer, we can see that there's a stream or something that comes through here. And again, if we just click on this, it's in flood zone 3. So again, very difficult to get planning permission on an area that's in flood zone 3. And so that's why we can see all the housing around it, but nothing directly in, obviously, this waterway. Sometimes if there's no flood defence, we can see flood defence here. However, if there was no flood defence, then that flood zone 3, and it will also be flood zone 2, would come out further and again affect more properties, impacting the development of that area. Luckily, because of the flood defence, we can see here that it's all streamlined along with what I'm going to assume is the river canal. If we just click over here, we can see these yellow markers, and these are grade 2 listed buildings. So as you may or may not be aware, that if you were to purchase a site or purchase a property that is grade 2 listed, it means it comes with a lot more stipulations around what you can and can't do, and the majority has to go through planning. Now, if you're building something near a grade 2 listed building, again, a grade 2 listed building is a protected building, and so you have to be very difficult when you're developing. So if you were to develop here, for instance, you'd have to be very careful, and again, the planning and the inspectors are going to be very fastidious on what you can and what you can't do due to the proximity and the location of where you are nearby to that grade 2 listed building. Now, fortunately here you're a bit further away, but again, that's just something to consider and be aware of. This nicely links to the channel sponsor Landstack. Now, Landstack is a land sourcing, land mapping software that I use pretty much every single day, not only for land opportunities, but you can also use it for residential purposes as well. So if we just click here on the comparable section, we can see all the things that have sold within the local area, and it gives us so much data around detached, terrace, semi-detached, and we can even go into more granular detail as to when this was sold, pound per square foot, and everything else. So for all your land sourcing and development needs, Landstack is the place to be. For everyone that's watching this, I also wanted to highlight that I am organising a property ski trip for next year. So this is going to be for anyone that loves property, loves skiing, and just wants to build a network and build their connections. So for anyone that's new to skiing that wants to learn, we're going to have ski lessons for you guys. For any of the advanced skiers, we're going to be doing off-piste and going across different mountain runs. We're going to be doing group skiing as well. And then in the evenings, we're going to be doing networking dinners, talking property, and running some exclusive events as well. I'm going to drop a link in the section below. So if you guys are interested in joining the property ski trip, click the link below and enter your details. So I hope that was a nice live example for you guys to see how simple mistakes can end up costing you hundreds of thousands of pounds. So when you are going to move into development, you can make a lot of money, but equally without simple knowledge, you can lose a heck of a lot of money as well. And that's why 1, knowledge is key, and 2, using the right software tools such as Landstack are definitely key as well. So within the beginner series, if there's anything that you guys would like me to cover that's specific to you and your needs, like and subscribe, comment down below, or message me on Instagram. Speak soon.